Hello, it is Chastity White Rose here, and today I am doing something I've never done before. Well, actually, scratch that. I have done something before. So, this is my fabulous belly, and my roommate said it was fatulous, which is great. So, this is my fatulous belly. Now, why am I recording a video about my belly? Well, I want to tell you a very interesting story about why I am so fat and why I have such a fat belly. And so, let me tell you something. So, years back, I was 8.5% body fat, and I was 155 pounds. And the thing is, I hardly ate anything and I exercised a lot more. But recent events have changed all that. I had my knee injury, so I haven't been able to exercise the way I used to. But here's another big thing, another really big change, and why I have a fabulous fat belly is because of estrogen. And this is a basic fact that some people know is estrogen has some interesting effects. So it changes your body fat distribution and also causes fat storage. So, and my doctor says I'm fat and probably should lose 10 pounds, which she's just being honest. But here's the thing. Testosterone, back when I still had testosterone in my system, it gave me a certain advantage. But now all that's changed because with no testosterone in my system and with lots of estrogen, even though I really still don't eat very much, although I do eat big meals when I do finally eat, I no longer have the same muscle that I used to, and I have a lot of fat. So I'm just really fat. However, I feel fatulous. So this is a different kind of fat because even though I am overweight, I like my body better now than I used to. And part of that is because for the reasons of gender dysphoria that I used to have. So now how I feel about my body has changed greatly. Because if you look at my older videos, I have older videos. Oh, someone's knocking at my door. Oh. Hi.
Hello. So you have a leaky faucet?
Oh yes, yes, thank you. Yeah, yeah. I'll show you what that's about. Yeah,
Great.
yeah. I was actually recording a live stream at the moment, but that's fine. I can still continue with that. Okay, yeah. So here's what I noticed is, see, on this side I had a whole bunch of paper bags I had to throw them all out because whenever water runs here on this side, now it doesn't do like when water goes down here, there was a leak here, and this whole area got all wet. I think it's I've not seen it leak yet, but I was washing dishes the other night and it started leaking pretty bad. Okay. But I'm not sure.
When you run the faucet?
Yeah, now let me see here, because I'm spraying this 2 at a time, because I know there was a whole bunch of water. Let's see. Yeah, you see it? Yeah, you see it? Yeah, so yeah, I don't know exactly where it comes from. I think it's the pipe. I don't know if it's from here or when it goes down this drain. It goes into the pipe down there. And I think something in the pipe will run. Oh no.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, so it's in new yeah.
The strainer basket. All I do is go to this strainer basket, replace it, and have this proper seal.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
where it's coming
okay, so it's going in. It's not going out, but it's going inside there.
There's no seal. There's no any seal at all. There should be nothing.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is kind of old. It's been used for a while, so
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So
That's what it's like.
okay, well, at least you know. Thanks for taking a look at it.
Yeah, no problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get the strainer basket
Yeah. Okay.
and replace it.
Yeah, sounds good. That was quick. I just emailed Kelsey about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are quick at getting stuff done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. So that's what it is. Let me go get a strainer basket
Okay.
and put a new one of those.
All right. Thanks.
No problem. I'll return.
Yeah. Okay, so maintenance man showed up to about the leaky pipe in the sink. It turns out there was some gasket or seal that's not there. So that's what happened. So I hate it when I'm doing something and I have an interruption like that, but I did report that maintenance problem. So anyway, where was I? Yes, the story of my fatulous belly. So anyway, I was talking about years ago, like I had videos on my YouTube channel. I call it the Health and Fitness series, and I would show off, what I could lift, lifting heavy objects, showing off my belly muscles. Now I still have my belly muscles. Now get this. So I have a fat belly. It's a nice belly, but I can probably still do the stomach vacuum. So here's the thing. I have some serious muscle in there still. But yes, that's the thing is I have a fat belly, but I have a lot of muscle. So anyway, I want to talk to you about how I feel about my belly. Because my belly is probably, now I couldn't say it's my favorite body part, because my favorite body parts obviously are my eyes and my hands and arms and all that stuff. Because, I got to have eyes to see and I got to have my fingers to play Tetris with. But one thing that I have found very interesting, so even though I used to be in better shape from a human perspective, I like how I look better now because now I'm basically a chubby trans woman, and estrogen has made my face fatter and my belly fatter, and even my arms are fatter. I still have some muscle in there, but everything's different. And I feel like that's the number one difference I've noticed is since I had my testicles removed and started estrogen, is just what a difference it makes in my body shape and fat versus muscle ratio. So well, technically, I'm not as strong as I was because it's been over a year now without any testosterone in my system, except whatever tiny amount the adrenal glands produce. But in spite of the fact that I'm not as good looking by society standards, I look better to myself. And that's because now when I just look at my chubby self, I don't look like what a man is expected to look like. I probably don't really quite look like a woman either, but hey, yeah, the maintenance man came. Yeah, earlier while you were on your walk. Hey, you want to have a belly contest? I'm doing a live stream.
Actually, I'm about to call my bird mom. Apparently, she's really concerned. So I need to charge my phone for a second.
Okay, she should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, see, this is what happens. Interruptions happen. But see, I just do live streams. I don't pre-record and edit because I'm lazy and that takes time. So anyway, where was I? Oh yes, I was going to talk a little bit about body positivity. And this is something that I have an opinion on this topic. Now, on the one hand, traditionally society has this idea that women have to be super skinny and all that sort of a thing. So people think that, well, society has unrealistic ideas. They think that women have to be ridiculously skinny and yet simultaneously have giant boobs. And then men, people don't really care what men look like. That's like the one benefit of being a man is you can be as ugly as you want and nobody cares, and you can pee standing up, which I can still do. But then again, my roommate can also pee standing up, but it just takes more effort. Yeah, a little side note there. But anyway, so when you look at the way that society tries to act like men or women should look like, you can look at cartoons or the actors in movies, It's weird because society's idea of what they find to be beautiful and what I find to be beautiful is very different. Because I gotta tell you, I guess I'm not really a fan of these extreme stereotypes of muscle-bound men and anorexic women. That doesn't appeal to me at all. In fact, I think that people generally they look their best when they're just average. They're just normal looking, and when they wear clothes. Most people look better with clothes rather than naked. Oh, there may be exceptions. But when it comes to bellies, it's a different story because the belly is a gender neutral body part. Everybody has a belly. It doesn't matter what your biological sex is or your gender identity. Everybody has a belly. And bellies are nice. And you know why bellies are nice? I will tell you why bellies are nice. Because the belly is where the food goes. Food goes in your belly and stores there. And it's nice and warm. My belly is warm. It generates a lot of heat and it's squishy. I like to feel my squishy fat belly. I like it. I don't know why, but I like my belly. It's been one of my favorite body parts. And so I like it. And most people, if they have a fat belly, then they just think, oh no, I look horrible because I have a chubby belly. But I'm like, no, it's awesome. I like to squeeze it. It's like having Play-Doh. Have you ever liked the feel of Play-Doh? Well, that's kind of what it's like. It's like Play-Doh or some other kind of dough. I just like it. So it's weird because what I find is that it's just something I always have with me. My belly or my muffin top or whatever, it's just something that I always have. I squeeze it. I'll be sleeping at night and then I find myself, I wake up and I've been squeezing my belly because it's so nice and warm and soft and squishy. I just like my belly. And I always did, but now I really like my belly. And estrogen has made my skin so much softer. So here's the thing about it is I'm living the dream now. I'm having gender euphoria because regardless of how society sees me, I always knew I was female on the inside, but now, as time goes on, even when I take my clothes off and I look in the mirror before my shower and stuff, I look very different than I used to a few years ago. I look so different. And it's kind of weird because this is what's strange because here's what's confusing about it is that I have a very different idea of what looks good. And what I find it strange is, how I'm asexual and I don't really get attracted to people, at least not in a sexual way. But what's strange is that somehow the people that I think are good looking are always the people that are called ugly by other people's standards. That's weird. So like I had a friend who shall remain nameless because they're a little bit more private than I am, but they didn't feel too good about their body. They kind of don't. We would just be on a private video chat, and they didn't like their look at their body because they felt like they were kind of out of shape and that kind of thing. And then I'm like, well, I don't see anything wrong. I mean, you look like what I would expect a person to look like. That's just weird. Like people have all these insecurities. We all do. And I think this is something that this applies to everyone because obviously transgender people experience severe dysphoria about certain body parts, but other people, they either don't like the way they look themselves or they're afraid of being judged by the way they look by other people. And now this is an interesting thing because let's talk about fat shaming. So a lot of people will make fun of people who are fat, and here's the weird thing about it is, first of all, fat shaming, as far as I'm aware, has never actually led to anyone losing weight. And obesity is actually a much more complicated process than somebody thinks. Like I've already said, hormone levels are a big part of it. Because even though I eat less now than I did when I still had testicles and had testosterone in my system, I'm way fatter than I was. Because, testosterone burns fat a lot more and produces a lot more muscle, whereas estrogen tends to cause fat storage. So hormones are different. And somebody could say that it was my choice to do my gender transition, and so it's my fault I'm fat. But first of all, there's the fact that nothing's anybody's fault because free will is an illusion. But aside from that, cis females or biological females are automatically fatter than men. And that's a well-known fact. And it's strange how that is. So women are generally fatter just because of biology, just the way things with the hormones work. And yet they're the ones that are expected to be skinny. Meanwhile, men can be fat or skinny and nobody really cares. It's weird. And I mean, I could go on a big long rant about society's messed up beauty standards. But I will say this, each person should be able to, do what makes them comfortable with their own body. But I think a lot of people, it would be great if they could see what somebody else sees, because you may look at your own body and think that you're ugly, but somebody else could think that you look really cute. You know what I mean? Similarly, you could be someone like me. I'm someone who thinks that my body looks great, but other people not so much. For example, that time I did my belly dancing video, that was cool. I did this little belly dancing video, and I was just dancing around with my belly. And then I had a friend criticize me. That was weird. But big deal. But I just think the world needs people who have some body positivity and are just comfortable with their body being what it is. But also, people want to change their body sometimes. Now, there is a time when this gets dangerous. Don't get me wrong. Now, just because I like my chubby belly does not mean that I want to encourage obesity. It doesn't mean I want to encourage people to be unhealthy. But come on, let's be real. If you're fat, you have a little something extra to squeeze, to play with. And if you're skinny, well, then you're considered attractive by society. And you can fit in clothes easier. There's pros and cons to everything. Also, here's an interesting fact. I knew somebody no, I didn't really know them. You don't know people on Facebook, but in an asexuality group years ago, there was someone who said that they got fat on purpose so that they would be less sexually attractive, so that people would stop wanting to have sex with them. And I read that and I thought, that is genius. But then I thought something else. Wait, what if that doesn't work? What if some people think that fat people are more sexy? So the bottom line is beauty and sexy are in the eye of the beholder, and you cannot predict. So just know that whoever you are and whatever you look like, your body is beautiful to some and ugly to some others. But also, although I like my body, and you should too, whoever you are, let's also remember that the body isn't what it's all about, because it also matters what kind of person you are. The soul, the soul matters even more than the body. But bodies can be useful because, like I said, fingers to play Tetris with, and bellies to squish. I like the belly. And I don't know why I like my belly, but it's a nice thing to play with. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with somebody who enjoys their belly. But most people would be too ashamed to admit that they like their belly as much as I do. But hey, honesty is the best policy, and I've shared far more details about my life than anyone should. So that's just been my my speech for now about my belly. Now, was there anything else I wanted to mention? Yes. I plan on doing another live stream, possibly today, about a Tetris opening that I discovered recently. And so, if anybody's interested in a tutorial on a Tetris opening that is less well known yet highly effective, just letting you know that will probably end up being one of the next few videos on my channel, or wherever you see this. But anyway, I guess this has been it for this stream. But since I have my StreamYard subscription, I'm going to make the best use of it before it expires. Because I'm not planning on renewing my subscription, because honestly, my podcasts and my videos have not changed the world as much as I would like. And I've experienced great censorship. So now I'm mostly doing videos by myself instead of doing podcasts with people. Although maybe that will change. And somebody is texting me on my phone, which is annoying the crap out of me. I have a noisy phone that every time I get a text message. Anyway, so I'm going to end this stream before the maintenance man shows up again, and I'm going to answer my phone. So I'll see you in the next live stream, or wait, you'll see me. That's how it works. Bye.